I hear the voices inside my head, see voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog, we fighting above the law.
Hey, cool gamer, Sonia. You've missed a few shows. Well, you're here now. Stitching, Chatty Jen, Frankie, Tanya, Darzilla, Peaches, Sharon, Dazed. Hey, Pointer Lover, Janine, hello. Punksy, hello. Cam, Stephanie, Michelle, Sayla. Hi, guys. This story today is quite disturbing. So, it actually came up in I saw it on a TikTok video. It was, and I was like, "What?" So I started looking into it. I'm like, "We're talking about this. This is crazy." Hey, Jenny, Robin, Northern Light. Hey, finally caught a show from the UK. Wow. Yeah, I've got to do more like different times. Dazed and Confused, or you're not Dazed and Confused anymore. Is that a different channel, or you still Dazed? Welcome to the Crazy Train. Choo choo. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Hey, Chris, Maureen, Piper, Texas Girl. Hello, hello. Robin, Helen, hello. Okay, so a quick rundown what I know just from my day of looking into this. This teacher is 32 years old, and the student involved just turned 13. Newly 13-year-old little boy. And she was actually carrying on affairs in her car, in the classroom. He is actually the one who ended up going to authorities and reporting it and he was also ready to end his life. And he was afraid of her. In fact, you will see she was grooming him and harassing him, like scaring him, saying, if you ever report this stuff, you're never going to make it to college. And like really just you'll have no future, you'll never get to college, all of this stuff. And he believed he would be in trouble as well. So what a mess. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Aaron. Lori, Annabelle. Yeah, he's he's going for a motorcycle ride right now. I think to get some groceries. Frankie, Vexing Vixen. Hey. Teacher old enough to know. Yeah. Now, what's really going to piss you off is she was only sentenced to 60 days in jail. And, you gifted 1 memberships. I don't know what that even... There we go. I'm not sure how that works. Thank you. Choose whether you can gift you 1 membership 1 month. Publicly announced on this channel. Huh. How do I gift it to someone? I'll have to look into that, you guys. But that is very nice of you. Thank you. I have no idea. No idea. Hey, Road Less Travel. Sarah. You can gift members, but YouTube pick who gets it. Okay, I wonder how I do that. I'll have to read how to do that, and then I will pick somebody. I'll do a random thing to make it fair somehow, too. I don't know. I got to figure out how to do that. But again, that's very nice. Thank you, Dazed. Teacher got no time. Yeah, apparently she only served 10 days because this happened like just recently, but I think she already served her 10, like she only has to serve 10 days. And if she doesn't get any more offenses between now and then, her record can be completely cleared. She does have to register as a sex offender. She has to register, but within 10 years, her record and everything can be cleared of this should she not get in trouble. The judge just gave her a slap on the wrist, basically. And now people are outraged and they've started platforms to like have the judge disbarred and no more judge. His name's in the tags there. I don't even remember what it is. Hey Sandra, need some Z's. It says that Chris Melcher was gifted the membership. Oh, I don't know how to see. I can see that. Oh yeah, it does. I see that. That is awesome. So okay, so you pick who gets it. That is awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Kira. Welcome. Did I say hi to you, Piper? I feel like I did. Sandra. Okay. So let me pull up. I don't know how to pronounce it for sure. Marka Bodine. All right, so I'll play a video first and then I'll read a couple articles. Let's see this one.
Hi, guys.
This teacher seemed to have it all. Respected by her peers, beloved by students.
Welcome to week 2 of our online learning.
But now Marka Bodine has just pleaded guilty to sexually abusing.
You see how she acts all like young and innocent. I don't know how. Like, that's definitely a front.
A 13-year-old student. The 32-year-old teacher preyed on the student for 3 years, sending him explicit photos, videos, and texts. Cops say she and the boy even had sex in her classroom and her car.
He just turned 13. What the freak? You know that's wrong.
Now there's controversy over what some see as an incredibly light sentence. Prosecutors asked for a prison term of as much as 40 years. But on sentencing day this week, all the teacher got was 60 days.
I know that the max penalty they could have given her is 20 years. So they were hoping to get the 20 years, not the 40 from what I looked into today. And yeah, 60 days. And she'll only have to do like 10 served and 10 on house arrest and be off.
Really upsetting.
Jennifer Krake's daughter was in Bodine's social studies class at the Tomball Intermediate School outside Houston.
To find out that she was only given 60 days, it's unbelievable. And I think our community deserves answers for why that's.
Hell yeah, because could you guys imagine? We'll have to look into now how, if this was a male teacher, 32 years old, and for 3 years, so from the child being 13, 14, 15, for 3 years, she was abusing the student. That's abuse and rape for 3 years. If that was a 32-year-old man and he preyed on a 13-year-old girl and was raping her and abusing her for 3 years, are you kidding? His life is in prison. Like, there's no question, right? I mean, I think we've seen that before, but Mary Kay Letourneau even got way more time than that. What the heck? It's very wrong. Yeah, grooming him since, no, 13. 13. I don't know if she was teaching him at 10 years old. That means it's even worse because it goes back even longer than 3 years. Yeah. Terrible.
Sentence was decided.
Bodine's victim and his mother were said to be very upset with the outcome. Two questions are being raised. Did Bodine get so little time because she is attractive and because she's a woman?
Do you think she was given such a light sentence because she is a woman?
I really have no idea.
Bodine
Just
is
like Casey
divorced.
Anthony.
She recently gave birth to a baby whose father is described as her new boyfriend.
All right. Bye, guys.
What the freak, you guys, right? Seriously. That's terrible, right? Yeah, she must have been teaching him even younger, right? Wow. Yeah, but Mary Kay Letourneau got in a lot of trouble. She got years, and she did serve the years. Like, this is pretty bad. A slap on the wrist. She raped a child for 3 years and groomed him for even longer. Exactly. What would a grown woman, a 32-year-old woman, see in a 13-year-old? Gross. And who would marry her? Yeah, that's the thing, y'all. That's another thing. She has a husband. The only time I found 13-year-olds attractive was when I was 13. Yeah. I don't know if I even found them attractive then. It is outrageous. It's terrible. Like, there's press about trying to get this judge, like, what freak? Hey, Kimkins. It's definitely very crazy. Let's see here. That's one. Let's watch this one. Oh,
Tomball teacher befriends a student by playing Fortnite with him before sexually assaulting him for years.
A judge sentenced Marka Bodine to
Did you hear that?
60
Let me rewind.
Tomball teacher befriends a student by playing Fortnite with him before sexually assaulting him for years.
A judge sentenced Marka Bodine to 60 days in jail and 10 years probation today. The DA's office is furious because
10
they
years
wanted her
probation,
in jail
okay.
for 40 years.
And all new tonight at 10, ABC 13's Brianna Connor is digging into this unusually and surprising light sentence. Brianna, make sense of all of this for us.
Several people out there really shocked about this. I did speak with a couple experts tonight. No one is excusing this illegal and predatory behavior, but I'm told there were several things that went into Judge George Glass's decision on a sentence intended to provide justice for the victim and discourage this former teacher from doing anything like this ever again.
I asked for a minimum of 20.
A Harris County prosecutor pushed for Marka Bodine to receive at least 2 decades in jail as punishment for a predatory and sexual relationship she engaged in with a student when she worked at Tomball Intermediate School. During the hearing, the court heard from the victim, his parent, and Bodine's doctor.
I think no small part of an explanation for this sentence may lie in any psychological information they provided to the court.
Criminal defense attorney Christopher Downey says the judge had to take that testimony into account, along with how likely she is to reoffend. Other societal factors may have also been at play.
By all accounts, this is an unusual outcome. And I'm sure that the gender of the person on trial, the fact that this was a woman accused of having sex with a young boy, that's going to factor into it as well.
A clinical psychologist who works with victims of abuse says typically no punishment is ever enough.
Many people believe that one.
Okay. What the F, right? I mean, 60 days, 10 years probation. To be honest, as long as she doesn't get caught doing it again or she's behaved, her probation's really nothing. I was on probation once. It was nothing. I just didn't get in trouble. I didn't have to do nothing. What's it say? Yeah, it said 10 years probation, right? Was it probation? Ridiculous. She should have got 20 years. Because that's not enough trouble for her to not go mess around with kids again. And if she doesn't get in trouble for the 10 years, they're actually going to clear her record. It'll be cleared of it. So that means she won't be registered anymore as a sex offender. And it'll be like, this never happened. In 10 years, should she stay out of trouble? Are you kidding me? They would never do that for a man. If this was reversed, again, man teacher and a 13-year-old girl, there's no freaking way.
Once they hear the sentence, they're going
That
to
ain't
be
right.
relieved or they're going to feel justified. And then most often they are let down because they just don't feel like enough was done.
Bodine used video
I
games
agree.
and texting to lure in her 13-year-old victim before trading explicit pictures and videos. Court documents show that eventually led to rape over a 3-year period. For those crimes, she will spend 10 years on probation, register as a sex offender, receive therapy, and spend 60 days at some point in jail.
The perpetrators that are the smartest and the most successful look like you and me. They don't look like a stranger in the bushes or what we're brought up to believe.
Right.
They look like
That's what I be telling you guys. Hey, Gail, Little Dev, Kim, Renee, this is what I tell people. These predators hide in these social workers, teachers, like lawyers, like it's these people that can be around children that are doing these things and helping feed into the sex trafficking as well. Like that is disturbing.
that we would trust, which is why we do trust them.
She won't spend 60 days. I was reading some of the legal stuff. Really, she can actually get out in 10 days, or she already did do her 10 days, something like that, about 10 days.
In Houston, I'm Brianna Connor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Wow. Just wow, right? Hey, Harrison, if she touched my son, she'd be way safer in jail. Yeah, right? Oh, please believe. I have a son who's turning 14 on Saturday. If this shit happened, oh, Mama's gonna whip some ass, let me tell you. I freaking would not. There's no fucking way. Wandering Hearts, Patty Ponytail. I don't think she'll teach again either, but you never freaking know. You never know. Let's see what else. I was trying to find the TikTok that I saw that got me on that. Huh. Mm-mm. It's Marka. Okay. Oh, why is that new? So they've got people reporting on this from 13 days ago, but I just found something on this that's from up to 2 years ago. So she must, why is this just in the news now? So people are just starting to pick up on this. Oh, she had a YouTube channel? She had a YouTube channel. Oh my lordy.
Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of our online learning. I am going to read our story for you guys this week. It's a lot shorter than the one from last week.
Girl
but before that,
power.
I want to just walk you through
Look at her.
your assignments for the week. On Monday, you are going to do just a really short little vocabulary activity where you have 2 vocabulary words from the story. And you're just going to write a short story using those
What
2
did
words.
she do? She raped a young boy. She's 32 and for years was grooming and raping a 13-year-old boy. I hope she never works with children again. Hey, Bree, Dr. Phil, Renee. Did I miss anyone? Hey, Party Cake. No, 3 years, I think, started. It started at 13. There's articles that say it started at 13. So the guy is like 15 now. Love bug, hello. Yeah, no, 13 when it started and 15 when she called it in. Or he called it in. Sorry, he called it into the law. Yep.
And gave you the definitions, so you don't even have to look them up. On
Creepy.
Tuesday, you can read the story.
Let me see if I can find the one where it says it started when he was 13. Da, da, da. Marka Bodine. Which one did we watch? It's just one. I'm not sharing, am I? Okay, now I am.
Now to this story. A Harris County judge has sentenced a convicted child rapist to just 60 days in jail.
And community members are...
The kid is saying that he's really fucked up from it. When he reported it, he was saying he was going to end his life. And she was also saying, if you report this, you'll never go to college. You'll never do nothing. And she also said that she would kill herself as well. So he got very upset and he wanted to actually kill himself because of what she was saying. And yeah, so she knew he wanted to report it and he ended up reporting it, but definitely against her advisory because she was telling him all these things and she told him she will kill herself if he reports it. So it's pretty bad. She fucked him up good and he was about to kill himself with all of the pressure and everything. So I feel terrible.
Are now outraged, saying that punishment was just way too light. Fox 26's Natalie
Tomball, Texas.
Joining us live with more on this case. Natalie.
Yep, the boy reported it.
Jonathan, that judge making that decision earlier this week, but this morning, community activists stood outside his courtroom demanding that he be removed from the bench after they say that decision was just not harsh enough.
Judge Glass, you need to get your rusty, raggedy behind off the bench because you're not qualified to protect the children of Houston and Harris County.
Community activist Quanell X and Dr. Candace Matthews calling out Harris County Judge Greg Glass. On Tuesday, the judge sentenced former Tomball teacher, 32-year-old Marka Bodine, 60 days in jail
very
and 10
cruel,
years
Stephanie.
deferred adjudication probation for continuously.
Thank you, Betsy Leak. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat.
Grooming and sexual.
Because I'm going to lose monetization with the ads anyways with this, but I don't care. This is an important topic. So
Abusing one of her underage students. The Bodine's jail time won't begin for a year. The judge's reason for the delay: to avoid separating her from her 3-month-old baby.
And black and brown women who are charged with crimes, they have children all the time, and that's never taken into consideration.
Your complexion is your protection. Because if she was African American or any woman of color, she'll be having that baby handcuffed to a gurney in TDCJ.
Authorities
to be fair, she ain't wrong. She ain't lying.
They say the victim was 13 years old when the sexual abuse began and continued for nearly 3 years until the child finally called for help in April of last year.
You hear that? Started at 13. The child called for help last year. So it was for 3 years. So at 15, he finally called for help.
Documents say part of Bodine's punishment conditions include not going anywhere within 1,000 feet of children. She'll also not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with her stepson. Legal analysts say, although unpopular, that sentencing is par for.
If that dude stays married to her, no. No, I don't think it's the boy's kid. She'll only say her boyfriend. So not the boy, because he called for help and says he's damaged by her. So definitely, I don't know if it's that boy's kid. Holy shit, that would almost align. Or she got pregnant very quick after, we're talking within several weeks after he reported for help. So, whoo. Well, yeah, they need to, yeah, absolutely need a DNA test.
The vast majority of the clients that I've represented that are teaching professionals, most of them have not gone to prison. If she makes one mistake, this judge or whoever takes his place can then put her in prison. The justice system has its thumb on her for a very, very long time.
Having your thumb on her is clearly not enough. That ain't even fair, because probation, she is free to run around and she can probably even leave states. I was allowed to, like, I was on like the lowest level or whatever, but she's got to register. But then again, she gets the opportunity, if she is well behaved for the next 10 years and doesn't diddle any more kids, then she can have this all cleared from her record. So when she's 42. So either way, I'm sorry. They left it open. More kids could get harmed. That's how I feel, because they're leaving that open. They're leaving her fairly fucking free. I mean, she ain't even a dog on a leash. That ain't fair. That ain't fair at all.
Bodine is also required to write an apology letter to the victim and his mother. By the way, Judge Glass recently lost re-election, so
Tammy
his term in office will end
exactly
in
roll
December.
less trouble.
He did reach out
They
to
are,
his
in my
office today,
opinion.
but they declined to comment.
Get a new judge, yeah, retry her, because that judge is fucking wrong for that. Wrong. And it's Texas again, same area that told the 14-year-old to be a hooker. So what should we really expect, right? Yep, that's definitely her. Joined August 2015. Yeah, her video is getting mad views now. So she was playing Fortnite. New charges? Yeah. Apology letter, yeah. Because that makes everything better. That'll make the kid's future go okay. He won't need therapy for about the rest of his life, it sounds like. Like, seriously? Hmm. Um. I don't know if we watched it. Yanni.
Tonight, another teacher from the
They
Houston area
talking about the
accused of
boy and
sex
his
crimes
mom.
involving a child.
This time, it's a
They
teacher from
were
Tomball
very
ISD, and
disappointed,
tonight
the boy and
police
his
say the
mom.
allegations came from a former student. Our Rochelle Turner is live from Tomball Intermediate School with this developing story. Rochelle, good evening.
Jonathan, good evening. Tomball Police and Child Protection Services are conducting their own investigations. Many parents we spoke to today were outraged when they heard about these allegations.
It's appalling. It's terrifying.
That's how parents in Tomball feel after learning
Cougar
this woman,
County?
31-year-old
Did it
Marka
really
Bodine,
just say
is
that?
accused
Hey,
of
channel
continuous
surfer.
sexual abuse of a child.
I'm sorry, I
Of
gotta go.
continuous sexual. Bodine is accused of continued. 31-year-old Marka Bodine is accused.
It's terrifying.
That's how parents.
Yep, Cougar Country. It's. I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Tomball feel after learning this woman,
Me
31-year-old
too,
Marka
Yanni.
Bodine, is accused of continuous sexual abuse of a child after police received allegations from a former student at Tomball Intermediate School. Vincent Coulter is a parent and couldn't believe the news.
It's undespicable. The worst crime ever. Because the parents of whoever this is involved in,
Right,
they've put
Lori?
the trust into that woman. And now look where they're at.
The district is aware of the allegations, and Bodine is no longer employed at Tomball ISD.
I just got the email this morning, and honestly, that kind of stuff outrages me.
This mother didn't want to show her face and was very concerned because she has a child in the district. The district says any and all employee misconduct allegations are taken seriously and are investigated thoroughly and promptly. The safety of our students in Tomball ISD is our #1 priority, and any sustained allegations of employee misconduct will not be tolerated. In Humble ISD, police arrested 25-year-old Tyler Hardy Krosky with possession of child pornography. He was an 8th grade history teacher at Westlake Middle School in Atascocita.
It's wrong in every which way you
What?
look at it. And the person are to be
Two teachers,
taken away from
same
children.
district.
Now, Bodine was booked into the Harris County
Violating
Jail,
children.
and Tomball ISD is.
I bet that dude gets more time than her. What the freak? Yeah, Mary Kay Letourneau. 7.5 years she got. And she married the dude. 6 months in jail, 3 months suspended. No contact with the child, which she kept violating. So she kept going back to jail because she kept violating it. Oh.
Is providing the appropriate social emotional support for students
Oh,
and staff.
are they
That's the very-
providing? Do you guys think that maybe 3 years was a little long for that to continue going on? I mean, honestly, what the freak? How are we not noticing teachers sleeping with children in 3 years when it was happening in the classroom? What one where they were playing it? Let's see this one.
Former Tomball ISD teacher is sentenced to 60 days in jail and 10 years probation. Marka Bodine entered a guilty plea after having a 3-year relationship with the student.
Some feel the punishment was not harsh enough. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is joining us live at the Harris County Courthouse in downtown Houston with more on this. Bryce?
Oh yeah, it's pretty fake.
Lauren, this sentence sparking outrage for several reasons. One of them, that this teacher who pled guilty to sexually abusing her middle school student still tonight is not here in jail.
It's really hard to wrap our minds around why someone would do such a thing, but evil exists in the world.
Last spring, when Jennifer Kratke's daughter was a student in 6th grade teacher Marka Bodine's class, police arrested the Tomball ISD teacher for sexual abuse of a child.
It's even now more upsetting to find out that she was given this ridiculously light sentence.
Bodine pled guilty Tuesday to aggravated sexual abuse of a child under 14. Court documents allege she befriended the 13-year-old student on an online video game and sexually assaulted him for 3 years. They texted, exchanged explicit photos and videos, and had sex in her classroom and car several times. Harris County District Judge Greg Glass handing down a sentence of 60 days in jail and 10 years probation, far shy of prosecutors' push for at least 20 years in prison.
There are certain types of cases that, in my opinion, really should only warrant punishment, and that is this kind of case.
Harris County prosecutor Jana Oswald is chief of the Crimes Against Children Division. She says the max sentence could have been life in prison.
I'm heartbroken for the complainant and his family. I am really disappointed in the outcome as a prosecutor, as a child abuse prosecutor, and I'm disappointed as a citizen of Harris County.
Parents like Kratke share that frustration.
I really have no idea how 60 days could be sufficient for such a crime, for such a young child.
In a statement, Bodine's defense attorney tells KPRC2 in part, the court has the obligation to make findings of what is in the best interest of society as well as the victim in determining the sentence. And we believe the judge followed the law and handed down an appropriate punishment. Court documents show Bodine has until next June, almost an entire year before she has to show up here to the jail to serve her sentence. That's because she has a young child at home.
Okay, hold up, wait a minute. They're giving her a year before. That's why it's back in the news again, because she actually has a year from today because she just had a baby. They're giving her leniency because she just had a baby, and they're going to let her stay home for a year with the baby before she has to go do her 60 days. What the fuck? She's just out there loosey-goosey, able to offend again for the next year before she serves her 60 days and out to be able to re-offend again. Is this a fucking joke? This has to be a joke. This can't be real. This is not right. This is unacceptable, you guys. If it was your kid, like, seriously, would that be acceptable? No. Absolutely not. I'm trying to find... Yeah. Ah, here it is. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay.
Shit in this photo is a woman named Marka Bodine. Marka was a teacher, and just today she was sentenced to 60 days in prison. Her crime was that she had been sexually abusing one of her 13-year-old students for the past 3 years. Since the student was 10, she had been abusing him. She had sent this student...
So that's actually wrong. It started at 13. So
a lot of videos, a lot of photos, and other things that a teacher should never send to one of their students. She admitted that her and this student had sex multiple times inside her classroom, and also multiple times inside her car. The prosecutors wanted her to go to prison for 40 years. But the dickhead judge only gave her 60 days. Imagine for a second if the genders were reversed in this scenario, and Marka was a male teacher, and this male teacher sexually abused a 10-year-old female student for 3 years. That teacher would be locked up and the key thrown away. But this bitch gets 60 days even though she literally admitted to abusing a minor for a long time. I hope the other prisoners smash this fuckhead's teeth in when she's in there. Useless piece of shit.
yeah. Yeah, if it was my kid, I'd be in jail, right? Hey, Miss Robin, yeah. They have some pretty messed up stories, I bet. I bet the judge lets her do it on weekends. I probably, because of her baby, you're right. Like, so she literally, this has me so upset. Yeah. What? Yes. Right. You don't usually comment, but this is terrible. This is unacceptable. She will reoffend again because she didn't get any trouble. She is in hardly any trouble. She will reoffend again. Are you kidding me? Mary Kay Letourneau kept reoffending. This chick, no. And the way she was talking to that boy and threatening to commit suicide and stuff like that, no. It's not even a slap in the wrist. It sure doesn't feel like that. You'd definitely be in jail. Sherry Pope, yeah. Exactly, Yanni. That dude was truth. I should have subscribed. I'm going to subscribe to him, actually. She gets a year with her child. Yeah. And the lady was right. Most do reoffend. Yeah. Yeah. She, nothing. She's got to live her life and be a good mom to her daughter. Wow. Which, let's be honest here, a 3-month-old. Okay, the boy reported it last year. She has a 3-month-old. A pregnancy is what? 10 months? So, and then a 3-month-old? 10 and a half, right? If you go like all the way long, right? Am I close? Yeah. So, very, very much wondering about the baby daddy. That's for dang sure. And if she was sleeping with one child, was she sleeping with more that just have not come forward? Because that is fucking wild. Right. Probation. It should have been straight up 10 years house arrest or something like that. Disgusting. Kim Maple. I didn't see Janica in here. Position of power. That's why she should have gotten more trouble. It's literally your teacher. And a minor child. It started at 13. It's a school teacher. It should have been a lot more trouble for that. Anytime it's someone who is above you or like has some power over you. Yes, absolutely. Are you kidding? Sex makes so many people lose their marbles. What is the judge covering up? I don't know. I think it's just because she looked young and sweet and innocent. And I mean, why did Casey Anthony not get in more trouble? Why did you do see these young, more attractive girls barely get in trouble? That's how I feel about it. What is this? Let's see what this is. Did I play? Oh, it's her update.
Hi guys, I miss you. I hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys so much. I never thought that you could actually miss school this much, but I really do. I just wanted to post a short little update for this week. first of all, thank you so much, those of you who have been on
This
your assignments. I am
2020.
so
So
impressed. I know
this
some of you are just
is
really bored,
recorded
but
during
I
the
really
time
do
of her
appreciate you guys
abusing the
doing
boy.
your work and getting it turned in, and that is amazing. For this week, I'm not going to post any more assignments. I think that you guys, this is kind of a week to get into the groove of things. And I know some of you haven't, you may not have started the assignments yet. So I want to give you
Right,
time
Jerry,
to
me
make sure
too.
that you get those done. So for the rest of this week, I'm going to say, you can continue working on the assignments for this class. I know you've got other classes. So just kind of get that going and get into your new routine. I do want to say though, on your writing, for Monday and Tuesday, you were supposed to write a letter. And remember that when you're writing a letter, you need to think about who it is you're writing to. Okay. So for example, if I'm writing a letter to a friend, it might look a little bit different than if I'm writing a letter to my boss. Like if I'm writing a letter to Miss Davis or Dr. Khan, I'm going to make sure that all of my spelling is correct. I'm going to make sure all my grammar makes sense. It's going to have a very respectful tone. And it's
how do you write 13-year-old boys? Threatening them.
It's going to sound more professional. If I'm writing a letter to my friend, it might be a little bit more silly. I might, not pay as much attention to my grammar, or things like that. So just keep that in mind. And at the beginning of your letter, make sure you indicate who it is you're writing to. So you would say like, dear Morgan, or dear
a
Miss
friend,
Bodine, or whoever it is that
are
you're
you
writing
picking
to.
up that
Dear
she's
future self. Tuesday you were supposed to write a letter to yourself, so it would say dear future self.
It's like she wants a letter from the boy.
At the end of your letter you should have it should say
Look at
your
her.
friend,
She's
comma,
stumbling.
and then your name, or sincerely, comma, your name. If I was writing to my friend, I might say, like your friend, and then write my name. Or if it's more of a professional letter, I might say, thank you, comma, and then put my name, or sincerely, comma, and then my name. So anyway, if you did not do that, you might want to go back and you can unsubmit your assignment if you've already submitted it. And then just get that fixed. That shouldn't take you very long. So I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to get that fixed if you didn't do that the first time. Oh, that reminds me. On your assignment, please make sure that you hit turn in. Otherwise, I have to go to every single person's to see if you've done it. And we have all of our administrators are in our Google Classroom now, our specialists, other teachers. We have a lot of people that are keeping an eye on things that we're doing so that they can see that you're doing your work, which is good. But I want you to get credit for it. So if they go in and it looks like, you didn't turn in
her apology letter. Look, that is so funny.
Don't turn in so that we can see that you have finished that assignment. Okay. If you have a special situation, so I know like a lot of you have siblings and you may only have one computer at home, so you might be a little bit limited on time. If you have that kind of situation, you can tell me, if it's past the due date and you just need to tell me like, hey, I had to help my brother or sister with their homework, and then I had to do mine. I just didn't have time. Please, please, please let me know. We are all adjusting. This is new for everyone. So just let me know. Email me, leave a comment, whatever. Most importantly, I really want you guys to stay safe. This is such a scary time. And I just am heartbroken at the thought of us not going back to school in April. I'm praying that we do, because
I bet she was.
Love you guys and I miss you so much. And I really am just praying that we get to finish this year together. So, but just stay safe. Use this time to practice some new hobbies.
Stay safe. Stay away from pedos like me, your teacher.
Play games.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Get creative,
Absolutely.
Stay active. I saw someone in one of the classes is using this time to write music. That is amazing. This is the time to do things like that. You should have, some extra time on your hands. For example, I'm learning the ukulele and it's so much fun.
Oh my
So
God.
Just find
Anyone getting
find
Robin Lane
something that,
vibes
you
at
know,
all?
makes you happy and allows you to be creative and
Oh my God, such Robin Lane
keeps your
vibes.
brain going. And
Kids, stay safe
I'm excited to hear
from the pedo.
when we go back how you guys spent this time.
Ew.
All right, I think. Oh, one last thing.
One last thing.
I
I'm
know
a
some of you
pedo.
are on social media. I keep seeing celebrities and different famous people are offering like free concerts online, and there's so many free activities you can do online right now. Tutorials. That's how I'm learning the ukulele. These free lessons online. You can take tours of different museums.
You can chat up 13-year-olds on Fortnite.
So many cool activities online that you can do right now. I just want you guys to do some research and see what you can find. If you do find some cool stuff like that, you can post it in the comments so that other people can see it and they can participate in that as well. We have a lot of time on our hands and we need to keep our brains active.
Comments are turned off.
So just share those fun things that you find like that.
Gross.
Last thing, shout out to Ariana. I know your birthday is the 26th. I'm so sad that we won't get to celebrate our birthdays together, but maybe when we go back, we'll do something special.
Creepy bitch.
Have a good day.
Yes.
And Adriana, I know you just had your birthday. I think it was over spring break. But anyway, just find a way to enjoy yourselves. And again, please let me know if there's anything that you need me to know or have questions or anything like that. I'm attaching a form to this video so that you can fill it out. I want you to fill this form out as soon as you finish this video so that I know that you saw it and so that I know that you're active in Google Classroom. If you're not, I have to let our administrators know, and then we have to reach out to your parents and things like that. So if you are able to get into Google Classroom and you're seeing your assignments, just please respond to this form. Even if you haven't even started your assignments yet, respond to this form so that I know that you at least have access to your Google Classroom from home. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Oh, my lordy. What the freak was that? Well, am I wrong? That is some serious Robin Lane vibes. I mean, honestly. All right, what's this? What is she doing? Oh. Okay, so this isn't her. All right, let's go through this
Let me
one.
read the story. I attached the PDF so you can follow along, and then
March 29th, 2020. So again,
if for some reason
she was
it doesn't work for you, then I put the questions
molesting
on the
that young
you can
boy
just
during this
answer
time.
directly on that document if you want to. But the Kahoot should work. I put the link on the page.
Not
so if
girl
it doesn't,
power.
Whoever sees it first, let
Girl
me know so I can try
power.
to get that fixed because I want you guys
Sickly
to be able to
sweet.
play that.
Yeah, too much.
On
Panda.
Wednesday, we're going to be
just the 60 days. Yeah.
Or you're going to be
that she doesn't
thinking
have to
about
serve for a
theme.
year.
Remember that
She gets to
theme
be
is
out
the
for a year
lesson or the
and
message
be a mom
of
and
the
be
story,
with her newborn
whatever
baby.
it is the author's trying to teach you.
So she doesn't have to do her 60 days for a year. That's ridiculous.
And also
That judge must be a
there
pedo
can be
himself.
multiple
I don't
themes
know.
in a story. All right. So
Same
you're gonna be
necklace must
looking
be from
for
him.
2 different
I was
themes.
wondering
And
if
in the document, I also
I don't know if
attached,
he got her stuff.
Once you open it, it'll
I don't
look
know.
familiar. When we
Maybe.
first talked about theme, it has a whole bunch of different
How would he get
examples
something
of
nice like
themes
that?
to choose from. And that document should already be in
Unless
your
it's
Google
from her
Classroom app,
husband.
so
Probably
if you've
from
done
her
it before.
husband. Yeah, she was married.
And then I even gave you some sentence stems to use there.
And why
Thursday
does
is
she
just,
always seem so
writing. You're
nervous,
gonna
by the way? Doesn't she? She always seems so nervous when she's talking. Right there, husband. Huh. Did we watch that one? I think we did. Look at this teacher got 10 years in prison for sexual relationship with teen. Let's just check this one out.
You're accused of having an inappropriate relationship with an 8th grader. That teacher was sentenced moments ago. Let's get right to Channel 2's Haley Hernandez, who just stepped out of the courtroom. Haley.
I did, Andy. I got out of the courtroom as they are still processing Alexandria Vera to go to jail. She was sentenced to 10 years, and the judge said that she might make parole in half of that time. But they were given over an hour for this hearing. And let me just tell you that her attorney brought in a clinical psychologist who says that she labeled Vera as emotionally needy with a combination of someone who has an urge to be a strong nurturer. She said that that comes from an abusive past, but this psychologist also said that Vera crossed boundaries as a teacher and claims that Stovall Middle School has a culture of teachers socializing with their students. Now, Vera's attorney continuously labeled Vera as a cooperative person because she responded to authorities and she was open and honest with the psychologist. But the prosecutor in this case said that's absolutely false, citing that Vera moved in with the victim's father in an effort to hide the relationship she was actually having with the victim, claiming that this was to lie or minimize the crime and was in turn uncooperative. The prosecutor said that they found other text messages on Vera's phone implying inappropriate relationships with students, not necessarily sexual relationships, but encouraging one student to date another and then opening her home up for students to have sex there. Now, the prosecutor said that the victim also...
that reminds me, another thing that this teacher did. Hey, Aluminum Brains, Sunshine Country Chickens, Xena. Another thing that Marka Bodine, I don't know how you say Bodine, did, she freaking moved into the same apartment complex as the 13-year-old kid. Yep. So talk about even more scary that she's pretty much living like she lives in the same building as you. Like, why do these people do that? That's crazy. She moved in with the dad. She was probably banging the dad too. Let's be all the way real. It might be something with being abused that they're attracted to the young teen boys or something. It has to be something like that. I don't know. But to me, that's not an excuse because I come from a long line of abuse, all sorts of abuse, and I fucking know sleeping with children is wrong. What the hell? That is crazy. Just die, JC. Poor kid, indeed. I mean, it's wild. Let's see. What is this one?
Welcome to Simply Smart Childcare. Upon entering, we have our Alpha 1.
A high school teacher at Mesa is in jail in Mexico for the last 11 days. This 29-year-old says she simply forgot she had a gun in her backpack when she crossed the border. Now she is facing some serious time.
She brought a gun to
Hay is
school?
joining us now. So
What?
how much time is she facing here?
Well, according to Kyria's family, 3 to 10 years. Now, they have a lawyer who says she could get out.
She brought a gun to school? What the freak? Let's read this here. Public schools are rife with issues, but none may be as alarming as the perpetually growing rate at which teachers are accused, charged, and sentenced for sexual crimes against students and minors. Marka Bodine is the perpetrator of a recent report involving a 13-year-old student, which she sexually abused over an extended period of time. Some families are reeling from the fact that she was only sentenced to spend 2 months in prison, considering police reports that paint a picture of the disturbing manner in which she took advantage of the young boy. 32-year-old Marka was reported by people to be the middle school teacher employed by Tomball, Texas. Independent school in Texas. Recently, a judge sentenced her to spend 60 days in prison after she admitted to sexually abusing a student repeatedly when he was just 13 years old. What's more, the court just granted her a delayed sentence to her prison time. She recently gave birth to a child, so the court granted her the option to wait until June 2023 to serve her short time in prison. She was initially arrested in April 2021 on sexual abuse charges. Shortly before her arrest, she had approached her school's principal with a fabricated story alleging that the victim had been harassing her instead. In her claim, she accused the young boy of gaining access to her photos, which she claimed he then altered. According to reports, the boy discussed the situation with authorities and painted a much different picture. He told them that the teacher befriended him via online video game. Soon after, the boy said that she began sending him explicit photos of herself after the boy turned 13. Teacher began to have sex with the student, remaining anonymous. The student told police that the relationship went on this way for 2 years. He also noted that they have had sex inside of the middle school classroom she taught in. Much like other families reeling from the lack of punishment from the judge handling the case, Marka, Harrison County Prosecutor Jana conveyed her disappointment with the ruling. Originally, the prosecution was seeking 20 to 40-year jail sentence for her sexual abuse. Noting that she was heartbroken, she added that she was disappointed as a citizen of Harrison County. It's alarming enough so many adults in child authority roles are being accused of abusing that power and acting out sick crimes against the youth. But it's even more disturbing to many people like Marka, who seems to get off on charges so easily. While she won't spend a significant time in prison, she was ordered to register as a sex offender and will hopefully never be placed in a school setting again. Now, I have read things in the past about school teachers who do teach, who do have records, who are registered sex offenders. So there's that. As of the end of June, at least 181 teachers were accused of sex crimes against children. That number is thought to be greatly underreported. Wow. And much higher today. That's disgusting. Exactly. It shocks you every time. You know she knows right from wrong. Like, what the freak? She knows right from wrong. All right, this People Magazine one. This week, a Texas judge handed down a 60-day prison sentence to a former middle school teacher who admitted to sexually abusing her 13-year-old. Yeah. Through online records, People confirms Tuesday's decision by Harrison County Judge George Glass. In addition to the 2-month prison term, she will be sentenced to 10 years probation. She will also have to register as a sex offender and undergo therapy. No shit, as she should have to do the therapy for sure. The district attorney's office, according to KTRK and KPRC had asked that the judge impose a sentence of 20 to 40 years. She was arrested back in April 2021 for continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14 after she complained to her principal that the former student had been actually harassing her. She told the principal the former student was making threats to hurt himself. In addition, she allegedly claimed he had somehow accessed her private photos of her and that he then manipulated. What the freak? The former student told police that he befriended him via online video game after her divorce. Okay, after her divorce. So she was going through a divorce. Thank you, Punksy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so all right. Okay. Where was I? Befriended her online game. After her divorce, the two started texting and soon after began exchanging explicit image and videos. The two started having sex in 2018, soon after the victim's 13th birthday. Weird. The boy told police the abuse continued for more than 2 years. The student also alleged that the two had sex in her classroom and in her car several times. She pled guilty to continuous sexual abuse of a child under the age of 14. He gave her until June 5th, 2023 to report to jail. What the freak? She's lying her ass off. Yeah, and further re-victimizing the victim. Here we go. The victim is not the father of her child. In a statement, Carasoni expressed frustration with the judge's decision. There are certain types of cases that, in my opinion, really should only warrant punishment, and this is one of the cases. Yeah, she should be punished more than what she's being punished. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, no, they say he's not, but they could be just saying that to protect him, or it's not, and she was actually, who knows, it could be another kid's. I don't know. I have no idea. Because she divorced her husband prior to starting a relationship. Mr. Positive. Yeah. I don't think so, Sonia. Send her to prison for life? Well, at least longer than 60 days. What the freak is that? You know, I saw one thing that was, it told a lot more. Like it told more. Let's see. Okay, let's read this one. This one has a little more. You heard the name George Glass before? Got pregnant on purpose for sympathy, like pulled an Amber Heard, had a baby before trial. Yeah. Texas teacher Marka was sentenced to 60 days in prison after she admitted to sexually abusing a former student, but her sentence has been delayed because she recently has given birth. As ABC 13 Houston reported on Wednesday, Harris County Judge George Glass gave the light sentence to the former Tomball teacher. She also received 10 years probation after admitted to abusing the boy over the course of 3 years. She was arrested and charged with continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14. In April 2021, not long after she told her principal that one of her students had begun harassing and making threats of self-harm. So he was saying he wanted to report this. So she was setting it up to make him look like he was just a liar and in trouble. He did apparently say something about self-harm, but it was because she was continuously saying things like that to him as well to not report it. Okay. The student was a 6th grader in her class when they first met, and the victim claimed that they played Fortnite together before texting each other. They first engaged in sexual intercourse in April 2018, around the time the student had just turned 13. She moved to the same apartment. Look at this. Bodine moved to the same apartment complex where the victim lived and later drove to his home to visit him between July 2018 and March 2021. She admitted in court she sent 25 to 40 explicit photographs to the boy between April 2020 and February 2021. As People reported, she is not in Texas prison yet because she recently gave birth. She has till June 5th, 2023 to report to jail. The victim is not the father of her child, although the identity has not been revealed. Sick. Don't you think, you guys? Pretty fucking sick. Okay. So I'm going to drop a link because I'm going to leave this one here. I think we've got enough information on her and we're going over an hour. That way, if people want to look at it, all the information's there. I'm going live on the Conspiracy channel in about an hour and 20 minutes. And we're going to talk about Alex Jones. And my conspiracies that I have with the Alex Jones trial. Oh, why is it not? It's not showing. Yep, okay, there it is. All right, so that one, does anyone here like Alex Jones? I did. I didn't like everything he does, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff he's done that I did like, yeah. But whether you like him or not, there was some things in the trial that was not appropriate. And it definitely had me like, whoa, what the freak? Because even if it was you, even if you don't like him, if it was you in the position, that trial wasn't it was not handled fairly at all. So that's my opinion, of course, allegedly, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I definitely had some things I wanted to point out and talk about on it. So really, so we will look more into that judge then for sure. Sounds super sus in my opinion. Could he be helping in some rings? I don't know. But if he's not getting people in trouble for shit that they should be in trouble for, he's fake alternative news. Interesting. You think he is a hate monger? Huh. Thanks, Chatty Jen. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys in about an hour and 10 minutes. Love y'all. Thank you for the super chats. Appreciate you guys. And to the new member. And thank you for gifting a member as well. Appreciate you. Bye.